What if you found a glittery feather in a meadow? A feather that could lead you to the most magical bird in the world? In the heart of a valley hidden behind Rainbow Hills was a magical place called Marshmallow Meadow. The grass was soft like cotton. The flowers smelled like candy, and fluffy little creatures hopped around all day. The meadow's happiest bunch were three friends. Pip, a round bunny with fur as white as whipped cream, Momo, a chubby pink squirrel who loved collecting shiny pebbles, and Lulu, a tiny duckling with yellow fluff that looked like sunshine. One morning, Pip found a glittery feather lying in the grass. "Wow, this must belong to the Sugarbird," he squeaked. The Sugarbird was a legendary bird said to bring joy and laughter to everyone, but it had not been seen for many years. The friends looked at each other, their eyes shining with excitement. "I know the Sugarbird must be nearby," said Lulu, her tail feathers trembling with anticipation. "Let's follow this glittery trail and find it." So the three friends set off on an adventure. First, they packed a picnic basket full of jelly sandwiches and rainbow cookies and set off on their fluffy adventure. On the way, they crossed a bubble bridge that made pop 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 sounds under their feet. Then they slid down a chocolatey hill so steep and slippery that they could not help but giggle all the way down. When they reached the bottom, they saw something even more amazing. A field of giant marshmallow clouds that jiggled and bounced as they approached. "Oh, I want to hop on one," squealed Momo, his cheeks turning pinker with excitement. As soon as he stepped on a cloud, it tickled his tummy with soft, feathery touch. Then the cloud let out a loud hee-hee and bounced up and down. "It's like a giant marshmallow trampoline," said Pip, his nose twitching with delight. The friends spent hours jumping and giggling until finally they heard a sweet chirp, chirp, chirp. They stopped and listened. "Do you hear that?" whispered Lulu, her eyes wide with wonder. "It's coming from that forest over there." They walked hand in hand until they reached the edge of the cotton candy forest, where the trees looked like swirls of pink and blue spun sugar. And there, perched on a branch, was the most beautiful sight they had ever seen. It was the Sugarbird itself, sparkling like starlight, with wings that shimmered in rainbow colors. The Sugarbird chirped happily and sprinkled the meadow with glittery joy, making all the flowers bloom brighter and all the creatures giggle with happiness. Then it flew down from its branch and landed on Pip's outstretched hand. "Thank you for finding me," it chirped. "I've been hiding here, and oh, how I've missed bringing joy to Marshmallow Meadow." And so the Sugarbird flew over the meadow, sprinkling its magic wherever it went. Pip, Momo, and Lulu laughed and danced under the sparkling sky, their hearts overflowing with happiness. They knew they had found something truly magical, the joy of adventure, the sweetness of friendship, and the fluffiness of 1,000 marshmallows. From that day on, Marshmallow Meadow was even fluffier, sparklier, and happier than before. And every night, if you listened closely, you could hear the Sugarbird's sweet song echoing through the Rainbow Hills, a reminder that magic and joy could be found in the most unexpected places.